ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Saturday Morning Cartoons, your new favorite podcast of superhero sports and anything nerdy related. And today I have my best friend, the co-host of all time beside me. I have Ray McFlurry II, the best pal indeed. If you need someone to just go 38-0 in a Little League team and just have pizza with the boys after, this is my man.
Saturday morning cartoons every single Saturday morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am never nervous in life, ever, unless I see police or dogs. However, today I am shaking in my boots. I am shaking in my dunks because I have one of my idols from the High Nerds podcast, someone that has genuinely helped me be the man I am today through his music and just through his personality and teaching everyone just to be themselves. I have one of the best people I have come to know. We have the legend in the building. We have Emoney.
Oh, man. Doug, I feel like a proud father watching how much you've grown since we spoke last. I mean, you've got great music out. You got a whole new podcast. You got all these subscribers. When we first spoke, I think there were 3 people who listened to our podcast. Now you have 10,000.
Yeah,
and I always saw it in you. Anybody who idolizes Emoney will do great things in their life, and you are you are living proof.
Absolutely. We're such a big fan. Ray had the great idea because we usually have a guest of ours that lives in Montana named Tyler, and our chat, when you come to the voice chat, is "We love Tyler." And so in honor of just the love and respect we have for Emoney, if you noticed, it says "We love Emoney" with your actual E logo that you put in all your music.
That is special right there. No one that I've worked with for 20 years since I started rapping has found out how to put that logo in text. The actual.
Hell yes.
Man, it's only because I did it through my phone. I would have known how to do it through a keyboard. I want that to be very known. I was like, man, how do I do this? And I was like, oh yeah, phone.
Yeah, it's just the English # copy and paste it from Google. Put it in the Discord. Yep. It's not that hard, but most people are low IQ. Not you though. And I think we're gonna get into why you're not low IQ, because I think we're gonna be talking about some cartoons and some Marvel versus DC stuff.
Yes. Before we get into that, for the fans at home, tell us the origin story of E. Tell us the beginning of it and how you have become the person you are today, and how we have now got to this point in life.
It really was like growing up in Sonoma, California, which for those who don't know, it's wine country. It's an hour north of San Francisco, Northern California. It's just like a suburban paradise. There's wineries, the most beautiful place. It's where rich people go. It's like where rich men who get caught cheating on their wives go and like make it up to them by having a romantic weekend. That was my childhood. It was paradise. And I knew that there was an untapped market for rappers because no one at my middle school, high school was rapping, especially the white boys. So I knew that even if I rapped and I was whack, I could still get attention. I wasn't getting attention through my personality, through sports, through my looks. So I needed, when you're a 13-year-old kid, you're like, what am I going to do that's going to make me stand out? That's going to make the girls even notice that I exist. Because until I started rapping, girls didn't even know I existed. So when I started, I sucked, but at least they were talking about me. So it's really, and then I realized, wait a second, this is addicting. Freestyling on the playground, it makes lunch way more fun for people. I started getting invited to all the parties just because they wanted to hear me freestyle. So then I was rapping at all the high school rallies, released an album in high school, turned 19, went to college, met a few guys who were starting this thing called Team Backback, and I was like, this is genius, this is gonna blow up, and I forced them to have me in a cypher, and they were like, we need a goofy white boy. It wouldn't hurt. Let's see what he could do. I did my first cypher. Then I did 20 cyphers, millions of views. Went on a trashy MTV dating show. Went crazy. Thought I was way cooler than I was. Started doing psychedelics. Had an ego death. Realized that I'm no one's as cool as they think they are. And then here we are today, 33 years old, still making music. And taking a new, gentler approach to it. That's the life story.
Yes. Beautiful. I love it. Now, last episode.
One take, Jake. My God.
Hey, man, I'm telling you.
Damn.
Two things. I've
told that story a lot.
Number one, you are in a new location than our last episode.
Yes.
Are you out of the crib?
I got a new apartment in Sherman Oaks, California, which is just, the suburbs of LA. I was, my 9 to 5 is like casting reality TV shows. So I had a few good months, and I said, this is my chance to finally live alone and have my own creative space. So here I am. Of course, now the industry shut down and I'm unemployed, and I'm just like trying to not be homeless. So if you guys need $100, if you need me to walk your dogs, whatever you need me to do, your boy is struggling financially, but we'll get back. Life's all about ups and downs. We know that.
Always.
So, but yeah, I got my own spot in Sherman Oaks, California. It's a little 1-bedroom apartment, humble abode.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's I'm so happy for you, my friend. And number 2, am I correct in you have the most cypher appearances in backpack history?
I don't know. I've never counted.
Because according to me, you are by like 5.
That's a really good question. I have no idea. I haven't counted. It's either me, Avi, Catalyst, or, it couldn't be Jeff Turner, because like it would make sense that it would be me, because when I started doing Team Backpack, we were doing ciphers every single month. Whereas like when the newer guys, they were doing them maybe every 3-4 months, and it got really saturated, so it was harder to get ciphers. When I first started, anyone who could spit a 16-bar verse and not fuck up was invited to Team Backpack, So I was lucky. That first year I did like 8 ciphers. So I think I probably have the most Team Backpack ciphers, which I need to start putting that on my resume. Maybe I'll get a job.
Absolutely, dude. I'm telling you, dude. It's that you need to, if they make another I swear, if they make another Netflix show for Rhythm and Flow, if they make another season and you're not on it, I'm gonna be livid, because the fact that Flawless was on it, I was like, all my friends were like, "How do you know Flawless?" And I was like, "What do you mean? That's Flawless Real Talk. What are you talking about, dog? The entire time I was like, man, me and E we would clean up in this.
Oh yeah.
No. So,
dude, it's the thing is, because I work behind the scenes in reality TV, I think it'd be a conflict of interest, and I don't think I'd be able to get on any other reality show, because like it would just be unfair, because I know everyone who works on all these shows. So that's unfortunately. But
so you work in reality TV casting?
Yes.
Yeah.
You work behind the scenes on reality. What are some shows you've worked for?
Yeah, you see that couch back there? There is a lot of people do terrible things on that couch to get on Love Is Blind season. No, I'm kidding. No, I've done a lot of shows. Hell's Kitchen is my favorite show I've ever done, the Gordon Ramsay show, because that's a show where chefs are fighting for that position, and like I scout them, I interview them, and I've watched a lot of chefs. I've watched their lives change for the better thanks to like Gordon Ramsay co-signing them, and like and chefs are just the coolest people in the world. Talking to them, I mean, those are real blue collar motherfuckers who just know what a hard day's work is, and they dedicate their life to making other people happy through food. And like we all have those. We cherish our family memories where we went out to restaurants and had the best steak you've ever had. Like that those are the memories that chefs try to provide. So I've done a lot of cooking shows. I've done Worst Cooks in America, which is the opposite, just people who don't know how to turn on an oven. And then I've done I've done a lot of shit that's like dating, game shows, just whatever they'll hire me on, I'll do. A lot of shows that never even saw the light of day. I did a show called MILF Island we finished casting it, and then they pulled the plug, because after they spent all the money on casting, they realized maybe this isn't the best idea to have a show called MILF Island. So it's been pretty fun. I'm doing it for 8 years. It's a cool 9 to 5. I meet the wildest people you can imagine. So,
yeah. With that being said, like what you won? Are You the One? Spoiler alert, everyone. Get fucked. But what other reality show do you think you could go on and enjoy yourself? Man, like, do you think you could? Are you one of those like random guys that are like, dude, I could take Survivor, dude, naked and afraid. I got it. You know what I mean? Because you and I have always been straight shooters. You know what I mean? You've always been like, I don't fuck with that song. That's trash. I fucks with this. I respect this. You know what I mean? This, that, and the other. You know, so you don't seem like that type of guy that would lie to me.
No. Survivor
I can
is
see you-
Survivor is insane. I would get voted off the first day. Like if I can't like walk around my neighborhood if it's not like the perfect temperature. So Survivor is
respect
out of the
that.
question. Big Brother is just 3 months being cooped up in the same house. No, I can't. I mean, I could see like, I don't know, dude. Just like I just know too much about how these shows are made that and because of the experience I had on Are You the One, which wasn't the best, it's just hard for me to want to agree. If it were a show that like were 1 week of film, or if it was a show where like you filmed and then you like stayed in a hotel at night, which none of them are, because they don't want people to socially recharge. They want people to be in it 24/7.
They want people to be frustrated, upset, stuck with their they want the chaos. Yes, chaos.
Exactly. So but I mean, dude, I think like if there were a trivia game show where it was only 90s hip hop or just 90s music in general, that would be the show that I would do, because like my autistic trait is just knowing everything about 90s music.
Okay, yes, I love that. So it was recently announced, we just did it on our 2 episodes ago. It was announced that Prime Video greenlit and is now they're releasing Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity with Travis Kelce.
Oh wow.
Do you think you could do that?
I think everyone's smarter than a celebrity. I think you become a celebrity because you're dumb. I don't think smart people want to be celebrities.
That's why I love E.
And then when smart people become celebrities, they're like, I hate this. And then they just like take themselves out of the limelight, you know?
Yeah.
Just go in the woods for 30 years. And
exactly.
Model train collection or something.
Now, when you were coming up rapping, you had said like no one had really paid attention to you, this, that, and the other. Were you a nerdy guy growing up? Were you? So you're 33. So you're 3 years older than Ray, a couple years older than me.
Yeah.
You were in the prime of Power Rangers. You hit like right when the first Star Wars came out, like you were in the prime era of the best pop culture that is now getting rebooted, remade, and hashed out forever.
Yes. I mean, if you weren't a nerd growing up, you had a shitty childhood. Like it was Saturday morning cartoons every single Saturday morning. I would watch the cartoons, and then I would have my football game that night, and then I would come back and watch whatever I missed. But the best,
my averaging 4 touchdowns in Pop Warner, baby. You don't even know.
No, I was the guy who like they threw it to over the middle, and then I would get probably concussed, but there was no concussion protocol back then, and then they would just throw me back out, which is probably why I was dumb enough to think I could make it as a rapper from all the concussions in Pop Warner. But no, but my main thing was Pokemon. Like if I threw fits if I didn't watch Pokemon. I had the Pokemon on the Game Boy. I collected all the Pokemon cards. That was just something that everyone was addicted to. And all of that stuff. The VHS. I was actually I have a Nintendo Switch, and I was just playing Pokemon Snap on N64. I just beat the game in like 3 days. So like Pokemon is still near and dear to my heart.
Lifelong shit.
Yeah, exactly.
We have above us Totally Togepi, Pikachu Party, The Mystery of Mount Moon, and Seaside Pikachu I found in a thrift store in Branson for 25 cents a piece. Yeah, I got them and I lost my mind. I have a original Mario Party 3 in the original Japanese I found there too. Like I have one of the biggest, like I'll send you a video later of our VHS collection. Just anything nostalgic like you grew up on, be like, oh man, I remember that movie. That's what I want when people come in to be interviewed in here, to be like, dude, I remember you have the Buzz Lightyear VHS of the TV show. I'm like, yes, I absolutely do. Like, why do you have Tailspin? Tailspin made VHSs, and I'm like, you're damn right they did.
Yeah. You guys are give me like 30 seconds. I have to take chicken out of the oven right now, and my kitchen's about to burn down. I'll be right back.
With Mr. Emoney heading out, ladies and gentlemen, now is the time for a word of our sponsor. What's going on, you guys? It's Doug from Saturday Morning Cartoons right here, and I'm here to ask you one quick question. Do you love tattoos? Do you love flash work? Do you love just getting memories with your friends or significant others? Run on down to Rob's Ink Spot in Fort Smith, Arkansas, 920 Garrison Avenue. This place is the absolute best. The best prices, the best environment, and truly the best artwork. I've been getting tattoos a long time. I've now completely gotten my legs done, my forearms, all of my upper biceps. They're all getting done. Truly, it's an incredible environment. I love it so much. And back to the episode.
I only the
Love it.
chicken only got a little bit burnt, but like when you're low on funds, burnt chicken is still like free food, no
delicious.
matter what
Yeah.
it tastes like, is delicious. Or just cheap
Right.
food, you know,
You
that you
pretend
just
like
get.
it's better that crispy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Like, oh, no,
exactly.
this is how I
Yeah,
wanted it. This is how I wanted it.
exactly.
Now, growing up, you said, like you said earlier, like you had to be some type of nerdy. Were you did
Yeah.
you collect comic books?
It was mainly just collecting Pokemon cards, collecting all the different games, and then like I did some comic books, but like not as much as I wish I did. My older brother was the big comic book nerd, so what he would do is like he would be the guy who would spend his whole allowance on comic books, and then I would just like steal his. You know, I would
there
steal
we
the
go.
comic books from him, and then we would get into crazy fights. He would be like, "Where's my Spider-Man? Where's my latest Marvel?" And I'd be like, I don't know, and then he would like beat me up, and then I was like the younger kid, and I was like, Mom, Jared's beating me up over Marvel again, and then she's like, if you fight again, I'm gonna burn all your comic books, and then my brother got scared, so like that was just the way that I would just take his. I was just like that little brat. I was having brat summers way before Charlie XCX. You know what I'm saying? So. That was it, but it was like, you know, in the Marvel versus DC, I loved them both, but now it seems like there's a big debate, right?
I mean, in theory, now with like Zack Snyder had a stranglehold essentially with like Henry Cavill as Superman and the whole Snyder cut and this, that, and the other, and all of the issues with Josh Whedon. That it's constantly been a DC movies don't know how to turn on the lights, and Marvel movies don't know how to write good scripts. And now since Endgame, they're oversaturated in people's minds, or they're not doing as well, or they're mad because it's not another Iron Man. Like, why is Miss Marvel getting made, or why aren't we getting like an Iron Man 7 or this, that, and the other? And now they're mad because Ant-Man 3 did terrible, and they're like, well, so growing up, you didn't really have that much of a favorite.
It kind of sounds like you were more into like the anime stuff than the superhero stuff.
Yeah.
No, but I did have a favorite. My favorite hero was, believe it or not, Blue Beetle from straight out of
let's
El
go.
Paso. Straight out of El Paso, Texas, because I'm a big fan of like origin stories, and the fact that like Blue Beetle was at a quinceañera, just like minding her business, and then some shit goes down, and then all of a sudden she has to like take this backpack, and then the backpack turns her into this Blue Beetle. So I just love that like El Paso, Texas, is a city that most people in America don't even know exists. So I just love that they put El Paso, Texas, you know, Latino pride, Hispanic pride.
Absolutely.
I grew up with a lot of Hispanics, so I really love the origin, and I want to get more into black, because I remember like as a kid I was like into the Blue Beetle. I kind of had like a little crush on her, or was it a guy? I think it was a guy. I don't even remember.
There's like 5, so take your pick. That was the movie that Ray and I kind of started to take ourselves more seriously in podcasting with.
That Blue Beetle movie.
Yeah, like we have pop figures. We got the backpack from the movie as a popcorn bucket. We are extreme, especially from the Young Justice show. We love obscure characters that people are like, oh, I kind of like this guy now. And we were like, we've been saying that for years, you know?
Yeah, he's on our list for sure.
Yeah, and he was one of the only ones from this last version of all the DC that are coming over now with like him and John Cena's Peacemaker.
Right.
So yeah, we are huge DC fans. We believe in James Gunn because he made the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. You know, he's constantly worked with Michael Rooker and Elizabeth Banks, and he put Nathan Fillion and Sean Gunn in every movie that he makes. He puts his parents in Guardians of the Galaxy, all 3 of them. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, sick.
So him making the most successful trilogy in Marvel history, and them not treating him with respect, and him being like, "I'll go be the new CEO of DC." How about that?
Yeah.
And so he's the nerd that you want at the front lines of making the great stuff, because he hasn't disappointed anyone yet.
Are there a lot of people who like direct these Marvel or DC movies that have no business directing them, and does it like piss you off?
Sony movies, you know, like they obviously had an issue. They have an issue with Spider-Man, and every Spider-Man villain, they don't know what they're doing. I don't really care about directors for Marvel or DC, because I don't. If you're gonna make a good movie, if Marvel thinks you're good enough, I gotta respect it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they're not getting like some they're getting some nerds. It's mainly towards the shows where like you'll see interviews of the entire like producers, the writers. Like, yeah, we went completely off script from all. We did our own version of the character.
Oh no!
And that's why they're failing.
Oh, so when they try to do their own thing and take too much creative liberty, then like the core fan base gets mad. Okay.
Yeah. You are as right as you are handsome, my friend. Now, growing up, you were obviously in the era of Power Rangers, my friend. Who was your were you a Power Ranger person?
Absolutely. Power Rangers was my shit, and like my favorite Power Ranger was Billy Cranston, the blue Power Ranger.
Let's go.
I love it. That's what I'm talking about.
White boy with glasses, bro.
Exactly. He was the most. I mean, he wasn't maybe not the flashiest, but he was the most important. And that's what I like. Like
literally.
Yeah. Blue, and blue is just the best color. Blue is a color that like when you see blue, you get calm. It means like you think of the blue sky and you think of a blue ocean and you think of my piercing eyes. So I just need, which is hence why the ring light is here. But no,
exactly.
But like, yeah, he was in just Billy Cranston. This is a stupid question, and I probably will ask a lot of stupid questions because I'm not as big of a nerd as you are. But like, is Billy Cranston related to the other Cranston, who's the actor, Bryan Cranston?
No, that was just his character name.
Oh, right, okay.
Was it Bryan Cranston, right? Yeah. No. Just he was real person.
Oh, my bad. I thought Billy Cranston was an actor. Okay.
No. He was just the guy.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Funny story. I actually was sitting at a bar in LA. This is the coolest thing about LA is that every single time you just sit at a bar alone and you talk to the person next to you, that person has an insane, and that person's like over 45 and they've been in LA for 15 years. They have a crazy fucking story. So this person was that I was talking to was like a tall lady, and she was a Power Ranger. I forgot her name, but she's a legend in the Power Ranger community, and that's how she made all her money. And she was in the TV show, but she didn't play a Power Ranger. She just played a character, like maybe one of the.
She was Reta Repulsa?
Yes, I think so.
She was the main villain, like the woman villain.
Yeah, I think so. In the shows and the movies, like that's what she played for years. And like I researched her, and she's still going to all these like Comic-Con events, and people are taking photos with her, and she's still making, like, that was a gig she did 15 years ago, but she's still, monetizing it,
cashing in.
Yeah, so it's that's just a fun story. And she's like 6'2". She looks like a powerful woman.
Be in the league, bro.
Who was your cartoon crush as a kid growing up?
Oh my god, that's such a good question, and this is very cliche, but my cartoon crush had to be Jessica Rabbit. I mean, whose wasn't Jessica Rabbit from Roger Rabbit?
No,
with the red hair. I mean, I still get kind of like bricked up when I even just think about her, and I was like researching her a little bit. I don't know who designed her. Whoever designed her was like understands female beauty and understands like what can get a 13-year-old a boner, a 10-year-old a boner.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
This man gets it.
And it's just weird, like how many, like, I never thought before I saw Jessica Rabbit that I would be attracted to an animation. I didn't think, I was like, that's gross. It's 2D. Someone draw it. It's not even a real person, but like just like her sex appeal was crazy, and I'm still attracted to her, and I think a lot of people are lying when they say that they still don't beat off to her. So
nah, dude, I respect that. Mine was Chell from El Dorado, the main girl from El Dorado. Yeah,
okay, I gotta look that up.
I looked at CHEL El Dorado.
I know who you're talking about.
I think Doja Cat went as her for Halloween one year too.
Oh wow.
But she was a great cosplayer, but like just the curves back then.
Oh my god, yeah, they were ahead of their time. Those are some maybe making hips right there.
Exactly, this man gets it. Okay, so growing up, you said you watched Saturday morning cartoons, obviously.
Yes.
What was your favorite cartoon to watch growing up?
My favorite cartoon
besides Pokemon.
My favorite cartoon to watch was, believe it or not, it was Hey Arnold. Did you guys watch Hey Arnold growing up? Like,
of course.
Yeah, definitely.
I have the movie on VHS, my friend.
Oh, really? Oh, dude, Helga. I mean, because like we all had our Helga Pataki, and like, growing up, the
Yeah.
girl I used to hate, like there would be certain girls that were so mean to me, and I realized, and then like I watched Hey Arnold, and I was like, oh, it's because they're secretly in love with me. So then I like went to the playground after watching Hey Arnold, and I was like, just so you know, like I know your motives here. You're being Helga
Yeah.
Pataki, and then they're like, oh no, don't flatter yourself. I legitimately hate you. I don't have a secret diary. So, but no, I mean, and what I loved most about Hey Arnold was just the fact that like it really showed what a childhood is like in the inner city, like in New York City, where you know you're sitting on a stoop, and every time I go to like New York City, I think about Hey Arnold. You know, I think about Stoop Kid. I think about playing stick baseball in the streets. I think about like, you know, a 10-year-old who's just forced to grow up really to be street smart at like 9, 10 years old and look out for himself. And it was just like, I think a lot of, and just like the relationship between Hey Arnold and his grandpa and all the life lessons he learned from his grandpa. I think that was like the most impactful for a lot of kids. It wasn't just like absurdist. There were like real life lessons that like that it connected to a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So that's why that was my favorite cartoon.
Well, then that already answers my next question. What was Nickelodeon or Disney? You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, it's
Like,
gotta be
Oh, big time.
It's gotta be Nickelodeon.
gotta be Nickelodeon, man. Even though
even though
I mean it's hard though, cause like Disney had wait, what was the Amanda show? Was that was Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon. That was
Yeah,
still
you're right.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean what
Drake
even
and Josh, all that, everything. You know what
I mean, I can't even think of a Disney show like Hannah Montana. I can't think of a Disney show that would make me. I mean, Lizzie McGuire, that was Disney, but
I have the movie. I'm looking at the VHS right now. It was usually right here because our table's right here. But so it's usually in our backdrop. But it's literally both Fievel American Tail movies. All Dogs Go to Heaven, Monsters Inc., Lizzie McGuire,
What?
Hercules, Magic School Bus, the Garfield movie, Lion King 1 and 2, Robin Hood, Brother Bear, Air Bud, and Fox and the Hound. That's what we just keep here. This is what we keep here. They're like we buy them like
Crazy,
like $1.50 from our thrift shop.
So what's dating like when you're this big of a nerd and you have this crazy of a collection? Do you date other nerds? Are girls attracted to it? Because nerds, a lot of people like use I'm a big nerd. They say it on their dating apps, and it used to be like we made fun of the nerds. Now it's people are like who aren't even nerds are claiming to be nerds. So do you get like more attention?
Ray got lucky and married his high school sweetheart.
Nice.
And they are happily
married long before I really got super heavy into collecting. So
Yeah.
I didn't
Dope.
really have a choice at that point.
Yeah,
you know?
Ray and his wife have a beautiful daughter, and she just started kindergarten 2 days ago.
Wow, congrats. Amazing.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
And right now, I'm in a relationship. I was never a dating app guy. I was never really into it. My bio was always like, come smoke one with me. Like that was really it. Like my sex was never on my mind. I was like, let's be real for a second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had the Emoney comp, you know what I mean? I still had the same confidence that you had at that time, especially in those days, you know what I mean? Where I was just like, let's be real. Like, you want to go smoke one and like hang out? Like me and the homies, like we had a waffle maker. We were like, yo, we're putting like, we're crunching up cereal as a powder to put it in the waffle mix to make like cereal waffles. You know, that's how we got people to come over. Like, I was real big with my roommate. He would bring girls over and he would leave in the morning, and I was just already like smoking a blunt, making waffles, and they would come out and be confused and be like, "Yo, what's up? I'm the roommate. You know, you want to smoke? You want to relax?" I was never that guy.
Yeah, I think dating apps are dumb at 19, 20 years old. Like, what are you going to, but before you could even go to a bar when you're broke as shit, like, what are you going to do? I remember I went on a date with a girl and we literally just like walked around a neighborhood, and I'm like, this just feels pretty pointless. You know, like if you're not, if you don't both agree to have sex in a car the first time, like why are you on a dating app at age 19, 20 years old?
Why are you on
just
a dating?
like,
Exactly.
just have a real, you know, go to parties and meet people the real way. Dating apps should be for like when you're like in your late 20s, early 30s. Dating apps do serve their purpose. It's like, okay, I need to stop fucking around. I need to meet other people who are down to actually date. I'm going to use the algorithm. They're going to filter out, you know, they're going to weed out the bad people. And then that's how I got my girlfriend. So I can't hate on dating apps. Yeah.
I respect that. Now You always said you're a Nickelodeon person.
Yes.
But can you name your favorite shows from Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network?
Oh, absolutely. So Nickelodeon, we already said it's Cartoon Network, but if we want to go like live action, The Amanda Show, 100%. I still watch reruns, Moody's Point, Totally Kyle. Disney, Disney, it's got to be Even Stevens. I mean, Lois Stevens, like Lois Stevens was the guy who made me want to be the funny guy growing up. Like I didn't care about being smart. I wanted to terrorize my parents because everyone wanted to be Shia LaBeouf. And then for Cartoon Network, that's a good one. I didn't watch much Cartoon Network, but I mean, I love I was a big Adult Swim fan, and what was the one? I mean, Cartoon Network got me into Family Guy, and I'm a huge Family Guy fan. But as far as Cartoon Network, I would say probably Ren and Stimpy. That's not Cartoon Network, is it? Is that Nickelodeon?
Ooh, I don't know actually.
What was it? Say it again.
Ren
was Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay. Well, Rocko's Modern Life, was that Cartoon Network?
No,
no. I know. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Actually, that was
there. It is.
There we go.
Yeah.
That is we did one of the reasons we got so many followers between the last time we've met and now. We did a 1 episode a day where we watched a cartoon special for any cartoon you could think of. We did like 6 of the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror. We did regular show. We did anything we could think of. We did it 1 episode a day for 31 days.
Whoa.
And that kind of started the entirety of the Saturday morning cartoons empire. You know what I mean? Like it's genuinely what it is. We were kicked out of our last group because we were told we were the problems, and Ray was like, hey, I have a really good idea that they didn't want to do. Do you want to try this? And I was like, you're my best friend. I'll do whatever you want. And then here we are now. And luckily we're able to attempt to make money off this now and be able to make incredible friendships and have you on the podcast. Like this is what dreams are fucking made of, to be quite honest with you, man. It means the absolute world that you're here and that we're.
And let me just tell you, I have inside information right now. If you were YouTube content creators, I've worked with NBC, Netflix, every network, and they are all losing to YouTube. And every single, the layoffs are so crazy because YouTube is not only competing against these networks, but they're winning. So if you are gaining traction on YouTube, you're setting yourself up for more success than an executive at NBC right now. I'm telling you.
Yep. And that's someone from the industry, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, you said you are 33, my friend. I don't mean to continue to bring up your age, but that means you have encompassed the entirety of the nerd, fandom, and superhero core. You have been there from the very beginning to now. Who is your favorite Spider-Man?
Okay, it's I put a lot of thought into this for my favorites.
There's no wrong answer because
we've had. I think there are many wrong answers. But my favorite Spider-Man. You're talking about like the actor who played Spider-Man in the movie, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It's got to be. And this might just be because watching this movie was such a transformative experience for me. So it's like a groundbreaking moment in my childhood. Like I remembered what I ate for breakfast. I remember the chocolate chip pancakes my dad made me that morning before I saw this Spider-Man. And it's the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man from the original Spider-Man with Kirsten Dunst as MJ. That movie, I didn't think I could get this into like, I didn't think that like an action movie and a romance movie could do such a successful crossover, because I'm a rom-com fan at heart. I love romance movies, and the way that they interweaved romance with like action for like the bros who just love action, and then the women who just want to see like and then the soft guys like me who just want to see like a good love story. Like it was beautifully done. And I think Tobey Maguire was born, and everything he did in his life led him up to that role. Him playing Spider-Man. I just can't imagine. And everyone, and no disrespect to the Spider-Man after, who were the Andrew Garfield, he got a lot of love. And then who's the new guy who plays Tom Holland?
Yes. So the way people have kind of circumferenced it is obviously Toby is the OG. He was a great Peter Parker, but not a quippy enough Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was too fucking hot to be Peter Parker. But he was funny enough to be Spider-Man. And Tom Holland just isn't that great at either.
Oh, so we need the perfect combo between Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. We need like them to have a baby.
The handsome man gets it. The handsome man gets it.
That's so interesting. Okay. So
because
what so people think Peter Parker was like too much of a beta man, like he plays the everyday man, like he's just the empath, but they don't think he was like okay.
He's just the everyday kid. He was a non, like how Clark Kent he was able to switch up his posture and then go into Superman and Clark Kent. Peter Parker had the ability to just not change anything because no one expected it in the slightest. You know what I mean? People would have expected hot ass Andrew Garfield coming in and being like, oh, he kind of has the kind of looks just like him. You know?
So is there an actor, someone in Hollywood that you think should play, that you think would have done a better job than Tobey Maguire?
No, never. Tobey Maguire, like you said, everything he did up into his life led to that point. Same with Willem Dafoe, Kirsten Dunst, the whole nine. Yeah, without it, you are absolutely correct. Even James Franco, you know.
James Franco was really good in that role, which was interesting because James Franco was like not too far removed from Freaks and Geeks, which only lasted one season, and then 3 years later he's in like a blockbuster movie where like, you know, whereas Jason Segel's like, wait, how does he get the role? But then a lot of those guys, it took them years to like to get their big roles. But it's, I don't know, I don't mean to go off tangent, but the show Freaks and Geeks, it's so wild how many people
it's
from
incredible.
that.
It had, without Freaks and Geeks, we wouldn't get the latest Ninja Turtles movie. We wouldn't get anything from Seth Rogen. You know what I mean? Without Freaks and Geeks, there's no Superbad. You know what I mean? There's no Pineapple Express. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
without
all
James
that
Franco
shit, dude.
In. Yeah, Jason Segel. There's no How I Met Your Mother. There's there's no live action Velma without Linda Cardellini as the sister. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. Now that I think you're correct. Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire without a doubt. Yeah. Are there any fan casting that you would like to see in Marvel or DC? Are there any actors you want to see put on a suit?
Oh my God, that's a great question. I would say like, I think my favorite actor, I think the most dynamic, my favorite actor of all time is Matthew McConaughey. And Matthew McConaughey has never done like a true superhero. I think like that's, he killed the rom-com stuff. He's done dramatic roles. He's even he's played cops. He's played, he's played everything. But I think right now, and he hasn't played a superhero in a movie. So I would love to see him like play maybe Superman. I don't know though. I don't know if he's like got the Clark Kent. I think. See, like you brought up a good point. He might be too good looking, to play any of these guys.
Like, he was in the latest Deadpool movie that just came out. There was like a giant montage of all these Deadpools, and one was a cowboy Deadpool, and you just heard his voice for a second. But you look at the credits, and it was credited Matthew McConaughey. And there were like pictures on set of him in the costume, and people were just like, "What the fuck? What is this? What is it?" Yeah. It's always just a one-off, but yeah, like he could be like a cool Ghost Rider or something. I could see Matthew McConaughey come in and being something slick as fuck. Yeah.
Another one of my favorite. So two more of my favorite actors. One is Paul Giamatti. I don't know if I always wear a Paul Giamatti shirt. He's actually my number one favorite. I'm like, but what superhero would he be? He always plays the villain in the movie, so he would have to be a villain. But he would play
he
a
would
great
be a
superhero
cool ass
villain.
Doc Ock. I think he could be a cool Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
With his body weight, with his body shape, with some glass. Exactly. The Insomniac games, he could be a great comic actor. Something like that could be cool. I respect that. Who's your other favorite actor?
John C. Reilly, 100%. And because that's another guy who's just so versatile. I was watching Boogie Nights for the first time, and I didn't know John C. Reilly played like the porn star, like the heartthrob porn star. Because I guess in the 70s, he was like ripped. He was the ladies' man. You see him have a role like that, and then you see Step Brothers, where he's the opposite of a ladies' man. So he still gets laid in that movie, though, for punching Derek in the face. But no,
right.
But I don't know. I mean, but the thing is that's what's great about John C. Reilly is he could go hero or villain. Like Matthew McConaughey, you kind of know he's going hero. He's the guy you want to root for. You know, Paul Giamatti, the opposite. He's the villain. But John C. Reilly, like
he has the versatility to play either.
Yeah. Is there a certain suit you see him in the most?
I can see him in the beginning, like, because obviously actors will lose weight, this, that, and the other, or put on suits, this, that, and the other. But I could see him as the voice, as the Thing for the Fantastic Four.
Oh,
I think as you show him as just like Ben Grimm with his friend first, where they're pilots, and then you see him transform as the voice. Give him 9 movies as a Fantastic Four. He'd do it forever. He'd be great.
Have you guys been have you guys been to Disneyland in LA before? SoCal?
No,
oh my God,
not.
you guys, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is insane, and the Rise of the Resistance Star Wars ride, like it's immersive. It's worth the 2.5 hours in the sun waiting. These rides are it's pretty cool.
Damn, we might have to do that for a Patreon goal.
Cool.
I'm down.
Oh yes, you guys
get the Patreon goal. We got to bring E-Money with us.
Yes. Oh my God, let's go.
We'll pay for it.
Yes, let's do a Disneyland day. We'll vlog the whole thing, dude. We could do a podcast in line waiting for the Rise of the Resistance.
This man's already thinking of extra content. This is why E-Money's the GOAT. Okay. So the final question before we get you out of here, my friend. Yeah. With the new casting of Comic-Con, Robert Downey Jr. has now come back as Dr. Doom. What are your real thoughts on that? Since him passing as Tony Stark.
About Robert Downey Jr. playing. I mean, I don't really. I'm not too. I think Robert Downey Jr. when he attacks roles with empathy, and I think that he will do a good job with it. I'm not really against it. Why are a lot of people have their panties in a bunch over it?
Not particularly. Okay. People are just like, I'm excited to see how this is gonna go. Because like one of Dr. Doom's like nicknames, you can like even on his Wikipedia page, even in the comics, it was the infamous Iron Man.
Yeah.
So something like that, classifying in or some way to manipulate that, Robert Downey Jr. I could see him doing incredible.
Yeah, I absolutely. I mean, how do you think he was as Iron Man? He crushed
iconic.
it. Yeah.
Same thing as Tobey Maguire. Everything he did, he was literally like he was up on his last leg of sobriety, of probation, everything, and he got the Iron Man role, and it saved his entire life and career.
Holy, yeah, because he was like a felon before even getting famous, right? Yeah. He's been in jail multiple times.
He got out of rehab within like I think a month and a half. He did the Iron Man like first cast, I believe.
Yeah,
and he did I think 3 more, but it was in the midst of him getting sober, going through probation, getting out of rehab. And he got Tony Stark, and it was something that changed his life. John Favreau saw something in him, and it's
John Favreau. Wait, John Favreau directed.
Yes, the first 2.
Oh my God, he was, dude. You know his story is so interesting. The fact that he was an actor in Swingers, and I think he might have directed that too. But like, and him and Vince Vaughn were
a lot
homies.
of stuff that with Vince Vaughn, he was a director of. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was the star of the movie Chef. And then, like, his directing career blows up. Now he's just one of the highest in-demand directors in the world.
I won't lie. I went and watched the Charlie's Angels movie when it first came out because I'm a Elizabeth Banks fan, and I wasn't a fan of it. So I went into Cocaine Bear being like, this could be great, and I absolutely loved it. I have a pop figure of the Cocaine Bear with a leg. Like, I found it at a thrift store, dude. I was like, I got to get it.
That movie was so good.
Man, you're an absolute legend, my friend.
This has been really fun. You guys are inspiring me to get more into comic books and to like know that like you could still read comic books and be into Marvel and DC and
oh man, it's a good time.
Be an adult. Yeah, but I feel like it's too late now. Like if a guy like me like got full-fledged, dove headfirst into it, most of the hardcore nerds are gonna be like, oh, he's just hopping on.
Deadpool in 8 days grossed $1 billion.
That's insane.
It's a new market that people are. It's okay now. It's okay to be nostalgic. You know what I mean? It is okay now for you to be nostalgic. So yeah, man, get into it. Absolutely.
Definitely, bro.
Cool, man. I
E,
might
where
have
can we
to.
find you at, my friend?
Yeah, I'm most active on TikTok at Emoney Does It. I also got a YouTube page, Emoney Music, Instagram at Emoney Does It. Follow you, boy. I got a lot of music coming. I think my goal is to make a song tonight in 2 minutes. Just limit myself. Give me 2 minutes. 2 hours. I'm gonna have to start the song from scratch, finish it,
I love it.
and just try a new approach where I'm just like limiting. I'm giving myself a time limit, and I'm gonna see what that happens. I don't, but yeah, just follow me. Emoney Does It. I got a lot of cool stuff coming out, and I really appreciate. This was a really fun conversation. So thanks for having me, y'all.
It was awesome, man. Good to meet you.
It's a true, absolute honor, my friend. You do nothing but impress every time you are on the screen with a mic in your hand. You do nothing but does it. Emoney does it. It's that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to chase dreams, to meet our idols, to prove that you can become successful off the things that you love. E shows it, we show it, and we hope that you can to your friends, family, and others around you. We hope that you literally just have the best time of your life. Drink plenty of water. Please be safe. Check out anything Emoney does, anything at all. Are You the One? Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Reddit. I don't give a shit. Look them up. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my favorite episode of all time for Saturday Morning Cartoons. I'm Dougie McDoubles. Next to me is the greatest co-host of all time, Ray McFlurry. Thank you so much, E, for being here. It is a true blessing, my friend.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you at Disneyland.
Damn right. Damn right. Ladies and gentlemen, drink plenty of water. Please be safe, and we will see you guys next time.
All right.
Hey, what happened? Why are those squiggles on the screen?
Those are called end credits, Patrick.
End credits? But I don't want to